Did you know that 97% of all people fail to reach their weight loss goals? Well, it's no surprise when you think about it because weight loss is notoriously hard to do. We were designed to store fat because back in the good old days, we didn't have this ever ready, ever steady supply of highly palatable foods like we do now. So, of course, it makes sense that we are gaining weight at a rapid rate. However, take heart. In this video, I'm going to go through common reasons why people do fail to reach their weight loss goals. And as we go through them, you can see what you can do to troubleshoot that so that you can be in the top 3%. Reason number one is that people in general, when they do a weight loss diet, they are very good in the week. They go to work, they have all their meals planned, but then on the weekends, it comes time to relax, and it's what I call the weekend woohoo. And of course, if you are in a deficit, let's say your deficit is 1,800 calories, maintenance is roughly 2,100, give or take. On the weekend, if you eat around 3,000 calories on Saturday and Sunday, somewhere there, because don't forget, a bottle of wine is on average 800 calories. So let's say you enjoy some wine with your meals out and you go to friends and you snack, you could easily outdo the good that you did during the week and put yourself back into maintenance, which means that all your efforts during the week actually end up doing nothing. Reason number two that people fail in their weight loss attempts is that they focus all their attention on just doing cardio, going for long runs, going on the stepper, on the treadmill, on the elliptical, at the gym for hours and hours. And whilst there's nothing wrong with doing cardio in and of itself, just remember that you cannot out-cardio or outrun a bad diet. And also, if you focus all your efforts just on cardio, you are neglecting your muscle mass, which means you could end up losing weight, sure, but then you may look skinny fat, which is fine if you want to look that way. But I'm assuming most of you don't want to look skinny fat. You want to look lean and toned as well. So add in at least 2 to 3 sessions of weight training a week to keep your muscles full and strong, to keep them active, to build a bit of muscle in the process, to ensure that when you are losing weight, you are not losing muscle as well, so that you don't get that skinny fat look. Reason number three, and this is something that even I'm guilty of, and we all are because we're busy, we're sitting in front of computers at our desks. Reason number three is that you're not moving after your gym or weight training or exercise session throughout the day. So let's say you exercise for 1 hour every day, 5 days a week. Well, that is not really enough because you don't burn that many calories in one exercise session. You also need to try and remember to go for walks, use the stairs, park further away, get up, go make some coffee, come sit back down. So just try and be mindful and remember to get your movement in throughout the day as well. It doesn't necessarily have to be steps, although steps is a very good proxy for general daily movement. And so if you can, take short walks every hour on the hour or every 2 hours or whenever you can, whatever it is. Do a bit of housework, stretch, get up from your desk like now, stretch, stand, move a bit. All that does add up because if we are just sedentary for the rest of the day, that 1 hour out of the 23 won't have that much of an effect. Reason number four is that people generally have unrealistic expectations about how much weight they want to lose, how lean they want to get. They want to end up getting shredded. They want to look ripped. Or for women, you want to be super skinny, but you don't match those expectations for how you want to look with what you are actually reasonably willing to do. So a lot of people don't realize how hard it is to shed those last 10 to 5 pounds. The leaner you are, the smaller you are, the harder it becomes to lose that extra weight because a smaller body, number one, only needs very few calories in order to sustain itself. And the body does want to hold on to body fat. For women, in general, we need around 20 to 30% body fat to be healthy. If you're a female athlete, you could drop down to about 15%. But of course, most of you are not athletes that are watching this. You just want to lose a bit of weight. And so you may have these ideals in your mind of what an athletic woman's body looks like and think, well, I can just get there if I diet. Or you're looking at supermodels on the runway and they are naturally skinnier woman, your body type and shape may be completely different. And so even though that model may be at 20% body fat, she's long and tall and stretched out, she looks very skinny, you might be shorter with bigger muscles, bigger bones, bigger framed girl, and you at 20% body fat will never look like that. So your expectations might not quite be realistic, or your expectations of where you want to be are too much for the work that you're willing to put in. Because remember, to reach low levels of body fat, to get lean, you really have to focus in, dial in on your diet, and that takes work. That takes planning, that takes prepping your meals, that takes being consistent with your exercise, and that takes spending time in the kitchen and shopping for all that healthy food. Now, one of the other mistakes, number 5, reason number 5, is that the leaner you get, the harder it does get, and people don't generally tend to adjust in that scenario. So let's say you had a deficit of 300 calories and you started to lose weight. Now you're at a slightly lower weight. Now you don't realize that you've got to adjust again to lose a bit more weight. So once you're already lean-ish, now you think that what you were doing should still be working. However, what got you to, let's say you dropped down from 60 kilograms to 55, you are now at 55 kilograms. You may need a bit more of a deficit to drop down to 52 kilograms. And that does get a bit harder. Like I said, the body does tend to want to hold on at the end to the last bit of fat. I mean, that's what we were designed to do, was to store body fat for the lean times, for the times when food wasn't available. And so you need to then make adjustments at that point. And that does get difficult. And this is the point where a lot of people battle, they struggle. They don't realize that what they were doing now needs to be readjusted. And so they give up. Now, this leads me into reason number 6, which is that most people don't realize that in order to achieve their body weight or fat loss goals, you must focus on your nutrition. Nutrition is where it's at. You think that it's about the exercise, doing the cardio, and that helps, and that's part of it, but you really have to dial in your nutrition, especially when it comes down to the last 10 to 5 pounds that you have to lose, because this is where it really counts. You cannot out-exercise a bad diet. You cannot out-exercise extra calories coming in. You really need to focus on what you're eating, how much you're eating, and then maybe even tweak the macros in order to achieve your fat loss goals. Reason number 7, and this one is so important, probably the most important, is that most people don't have patience to see it through. As we lose weight, we get down to a low enough level of body fat, but it's not quite where we want to be. But now it gets a little bit more difficult. We have to maybe relook at our program. And this is where most people give up, because it does get difficult. You're dealing with maybe the odd hunger pang. You have to readjust your nutrition. You've got to maybe do a bit more cardio. And so you've got to relook at your program. What got you to where you are just good enough is not quite where you want to be. And now you've got to readjust, and you're tired and you're feeling fatigued and you're thinking this is not working. And I've already put in 3 months, 4 months, 6 months of effort. And most people throw in the towel. And that's why most people don't actually hit their fat loss goals. They maybe get 80% of the way there, but that's also okay. It's up to you. It depends where you want to be. But if you want to see the final result, the actual goal that you have set, this is where you need to dig in. This is where you need to dig deep, where you need to have perseverance and patience. You need to have patience to see it through. So you've got to readjust, look at your nutrition, look at how many calories you are taking in versus what you're expending, and then double down on your efforts and give it time. It obviously goes a bit slower towards the end because you have less to lose. The body makes little micro adjustments, so it's actually trying to hold on to a few calories. So it is a bit of a dance. It's a balance there. So at the time that you want to give up, this is the time that you need to really focus, double down, and then you'll see your fat loss results. Now, this leads me on to reason number 9, which is pretty much what I was speaking about. Good can be the enemy of great when it comes to achieving your true fat loss results, because you get to a point, like I said, where it's good enough. You've achieved maybe 80% of your fat loss goal, and you might not have the 6-pack, you might not be as lean or at the weight you want it to be, But you figure, you know what, it's good enough. Who needs a six-pack? Who needs to look so shredded? Who needs to be that light? I can fit into jeans. I'm okay. I look good in clothes. And they stop there. And like I said earlier, that is totally fine. It's up to you. However, if you have goals that go beyond where you are feeling just good enough, then this is the time to really double down and see it through. So don't accept good. If you really want to achieve your ultimate fat loss goals, don't say, well, this is good enough, that's all there is. Maybe take a diet break, refocus, readjust, and then keep going further beyond there. Reason number 9, and one of the biggest reasons, the hardest reasons to deal with, is that the people in your life are not trying to lose fat. They're not trying to recomp their body. They don't want to lose weight. They have no interest in this at all. And so you may be living with a spouse or children or roommates or flatmates or friends, and they're not interested in dieting. They don't want to eat healthy foods. They don't want to watch their calories. They are not interested at all in this weight loss journey that you are on. And it can be really difficult because they're going to say to you, do you really need to lose another kg or two? You look fine. You look fine. Who needs abs? Have that extra piece of pizza. Have the cake. Have a cookie. Come out with us. We're going to a restaurant. And there can be a lot of social pressure to eat foods. And I mean, food is how we bond. Of course it is. And so you need to decide for yourself what you want to do. You might have to do this journey not alone, because there's always help like me and my videos on the internet, but this journey is for you only. Don't expect them to come along with you. Don't get upset with them if they don't understand. It's not their journey, and that is okay. But if you yourself want to lose weight and want to see true fat loss results, you've got to do this for you. You have to take responsibility and accountability for what you are eating and for the exercise and the movement that you're going to do. You need a plan and you need to stick to your plan. So let everyone else eat the pizza. Let them enjoy the cake. You're going to have to learn how to say, no, thank you, I'm good, and accept them. Hopefully they can accept you. And if they don't understand it, you have to accept that this is not for everyone. Not everyone will understand. And just be good with you doing you. Even if you go to a restaurant and you bring your funny meal with you, your chicken breast or your salad with, so be it. So be it. If your goal is important to you, then don't give up on it. I'm here to tell you, you can achieve it. You can be in that top 3%. It just takes perseverance. It takes dedication. It takes focus. It takes planning. It takes having a plan, and it takes executing on that plan. That is how you achieve your fat loss goals. And I have many videos to help you with that. In fact, on the screen now will be the next video that you need to watch to achieve your fat loss goal. I'll see you in that video. Bye.